We are live. Welcome, everybody, to our first Women Wednesday of 2021. I hope you guys can hear me okay. I'm going to check 1 second because this is our first live stream into our United Latinas company page. And last time we did our New Year's Eve live stream into LinkedIn, it took a bit. So if you guys can bear a minute. Let me know. I'm going to put the comments here. Oh, God. All right, there you go. Look, go live. I see what's going on. We have to give it an extra. Okay. All right, I just took it out of there. All right, welcome everybody. Hope you are having a wonderful, blessed day. We are in 2021. This is our first Women Wednesday for 2021. Last Wednesday was a very interesting Wednesday. I think we were all kind of glued to what was happening in our country, but so it's just very emotional and a lot of thoughts. And I wanted to start the new year off with just positive affirmations and hope and prosperity for this powerful new year. And and with everything that was going on, it just kind of took me out of that vibe and that energy. But today is a new day. We are back on track. So this is the first time we are airing for 2021. So for those of you that don't know, my name is Sandra Torres. I am a marketing and business strategist. I'm also the founder and president of United Latinas, an organization we created to advance Latina women and highlight more women that are Latinas and Hispanics and beyond. We have non-Latina members. We're loyal to everybody, but we want to see the advancements of more Hispanic women in leadership roles, because that was something that I was missing. I'm sure I've told this story several times. That was something that I was missing. And I love to see women that are typically in underserved communities or have come from a background that's been that there's systemic racism towards, certainly in positions of thriving. So I love, for all of you that know me already, I love talking about those things. We are also looking for new members, guys. So it is 2021. We want to collaborate. There's lots of different projects, lots of different speaking opportunities. I want to galvanize all the Latina speakers and create programs that highlight you, that put you on stages. If you are a coach, a strategist, a mental health, psychologist, therapist, legal individual, anyone that has gone through the process of creation, right? And whether you are developing your business or looking to tap and connect with other Latino leaders, there are lots of things we're involved in. We have Slack channels. We have Clubhouse now, which I'm going to talk about today a little bit. For those of you that are not on Clubhouse, it is still in a beta process, but it will be opened up to the public in about 2 months. So everybody will get notice. I'm sure some of you have already heard about it, which is where I met today's guest. So again, if you want to connect with us for a membership, I'm going to put the link into the description of where this is airing, on YouTube and on Facebook and on LinkedIn. And so you'll get more information on that. But today's guest, guys, we are going to talk about mental health a lot. And we're going to talk about things that we can do for 2021. And today's guest, I have Jennifer Ramirez. I met Jennifer on Clubhouse. Welcome, Jennifer.
Thank you, Sandra. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Yay. I wanted to bring you on because I think I want everybody to know the power of collaboration, like the power of connecting with people and opening up doors for yourself includes your ability to connect with others. Jennifer is a life and business coach. Okay. And I feel that it's important to highlight some of these, even though some of you know that I'm a business coach as well, right? I do marketing strategies, consulting, but I believe in the importance of sharing with others that there is more than enough room for everyone. There is more than enough business, and everybody has their own vibe, their own jive, right? And there's more than enough space. We have to highlight each other and support each other and come together in platforms like this, because I want to highlight Jennifer today because in Clubhouse and just having a conversation with her on the phone last week, I love her heart and it resonates with me as soon as you hear it because I was a single mom. And I say was because my son's 24 and he's out of the house, but I raised him as a single mom, and I still say I'm a single mom. But Jennifer, welcome and tell
Thank
us a
you.
little bit about you.
Yeah, so I'm Jennifer Ramirez. I am Mexican. I am from Chicago. And just to give you like a little bit of background on myself, I am a trauma survivor. I've been through sexual, domestic, emotional, and even financial abuse in the past. So I went through a lot of trauma. And also, I was a single mom at the age of 21. As soon as I told him I was pregnant, he took off. So I was left to fend for myself essentially, and it really, left a toll on me. I didn't realize that all the decisions I was making were attributed to the trauma that I had went through when I was younger. I was sexually abused at 7, so not realizing that I was codependent on people, that I was just in toxic relationship after toxic relationship, not understanding, like all the decisions I was making and the people I was around were just not good for me. And it took a lot of work to get to where I'm at now. But now, I put myself through college. I was $25,000 in credit card debt when I was younger, when my daughter was a baby, because I had to buy diapers and formula and pay for rent, and I just couldn't do it all on my own. So credit cards helped, but in the long term, they ruined me. So I was able to get out of that debt. I was able to, purchase properties in Chicago, start an Airbnb. I quit my job, like I said, put myself through college, and I became an entrepreneur. And I started a nonprofit that helps single moms. We're gonna, put millions of single moms through college. We're going to put millions of trauma survivors through therapy and counseling so that they can heal and live a normal life and a happy life. And we do weekly support groups for female trauma survivors every Thursday night via Zoom. So anybody in the US is free to come. So I just used my pain and now I'm using it as purpose to help other people. And that's why I also do like life coaching and business coaching too. And I really help a lot with mind shift, mindset, people who have dealt with narcissists in their past or just any type of trauma and that are trying to move forward in their business, but they don't really, or maybe they're in a space where they don't think that they're struggling in their business, but, as time's going on and they're seeing that things aren't working, so just helping them overcome a lot of those things as new entrepreneurs. Because I know when I first started, I had no idea what I was doing, and I just want to help people, or women, I should say, just further and progress and make money, let's fulfill those goals. That's the reason we become entrepreneurs. We want to do it for ourselves. So just helping you get there. So yeah.
Yep. That's funny because like one thing that I come across is a lot of people is the intimidation of making money, right? Like it's scary, or the sales process is scary, or we hate to ask people, or we feel it's like dirty and there's just something negative tied to it. And it is a mindset shift that you have to really grasp and learn and learn to overcome, because it's not easy for somebody, no matter how much training. There are moments, that are like, is this right, in this situation? And I've walked away from situations where I've not felt comfortable. But the process of being in business requires you to have the ability to own your services and own what it is that you do and be able to present them in a way that you are where it resonates with somebody. But I speak to women all the time, no matter how talented and genius I think they are, like powerful, smart, beautiful, intelligent women still feel the sense of ugliness when it comes to that process. There's a lot of mindset work that needs to be done.
Especially too, for me, I worked in the corporate setting for 15 years in Chicago. So I come from a corporate background. So changing from that corporate mindset and, being told what to do, so then what you're doing at work, to going to entrepreneurship, to doing it all on your own, it's definitely a big mindset shift. So
yeah, for sure. It's definitely different also when you have the backing of like a team, entrepreneurship, or like it's solopreneurship for a while. But when you have the backing of a team and you have money and you have a bank account that's like has safety nets in there, it's easier to be confident about spending money and taking risks on ourselves. When we're solopreneurs, we're measuring, and Hispanic women's too, specifically, we're measuring what is the importance of where do I spend my money? How do I allocate my funds?
Mhm.
But one thing that I've found is that we hold ourselves back, right? I've dealt with a lot of people that we hold ourselves back from spending money in order to
Mm.
progress. And there are certain
Yes,
things, I don't know. I've met all different types of people, but I think that that's a subject matter that we need to talk about is
absolutely.
the importance of investing in ourselves and investing in
Mhm.
our company. Because when somebody tells me, when I ask them, what's your marketing budget? And they say, I don't know. Um, I think we need to know. We
Yeah.
need to know what we need to invest.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
yeah. So let's talk about your Ann Rise nonprofit, because I
Yes.
think that's beautiful.
Thank
Um,
you.
tell us more about it, and then tell us how maybe we can all get involved, kind of thing.
Yeah, sure. So I mentioned it before. So we do different events for women, like personal and professional development events. We've done like goal setting events in the past and like vision boards and just different workshops. And then, yeah, we even did one. Our last in-person event was last February, actually. It was called the Galentine's Loving Your Authentic Self. So it was all about like just loving who you are, being comfortable in your skin. It was a beautiful event. And really we just want to empower women to be the best that they can be, and that's also why I share my story of like all the tough times that I went through to where I'm at now, to inspire other people that might be feeling stuck or might be feeling like this is it, like I'm a single mom, like this is going to be my life, because that's how I felt. And I know, Sandra, we talked about this, like that's how I felt when I was that 21-year-old girl that had just had that baby. Like I thought this was it, life is going to be just this, I'm going to struggle, I'm going to just always be on like this like fight or flight mode. I always felt like I was in, because I always had to do everything myself. You go to work and then you come home and you cook and you clean and you take the kid a bath, and then by the time you're done, you're just like
Yeah.
there's no time for yourself even to like watch a show, because you're just exhausted and you want to just go to sleep. So
Yeah.
anyway, the people can get involved by volunteering. We have a lot of people stepping forward, like saying that we're starting an advisory committee right now.
Yep.
I always need help with social media. I do have somebody helping with social media right now. But if anybody wants to be involved in those kinds of ways, or fundraising, anything like that, I'm always open to talking about any type of way that people want to get involved. There might be something that I didn't even think of that people say, hey, like I have this great idea, would you like me to be involved? I'm always open to hearing that. So yeah, so that's
Yeah.
how you can get involved, or even just coming to the support groups yourself if you feel that you're a woman that's been through something traumatic in the past, and you just need to talk about it. Go to a safe space where there's other women there that understand what you're going through, understand how you're feeling. That in itself is so helpful to these women that have been coming consistently, and just seeing them thrive and heal and be a little happier every time they come, and just coming and sharing their experiences with people. It's really a beautiful thing. So yeah, so if any of you guys are interested in that, or I'm also looking for therapists and counselors in other states outside of Illinois. If you're willing to give a couple of hours of your time to donate, to counsel a woman that's been through trauma, if you have trauma experience, please connect with me. I would love, to get connected with more counselors and therapists to help us for sure.
Yeah. What do you hear is the biggest need that they're needing
For the
for
sorry
the
for the
women?
for the
Whether
women.
it's financial, whether it's just emotional support, whether it's just understanding that they have to do some mindset. What are
I
you
would
finding is
say they need counseling, and I would say half are in it and half are not, because half say they can't afford it. This is a huge reason why I want to give it to them, because I like, we're here to talk about mental health too, and it's so important. So when you're not taking care of yourself, then it trickles into other areas of your life, whether that be your relationships, your business, your money, life, all that stuff. So yeah, so just really helping women with that.
yeah. What do you think it was like? What was your biggest challenge when you decided to start your business? What was the biggest hurdle before you felt you
Um,
were successful?
I would say I had a big problem with getting on on the phone with people and like selling myself. Like I said, come from corporate America, so I never did sales in my life. So that was a huge thing for me. And like you said in the beginning of this, was like, you don't want to feel disgusting and like salesy and like I don't want to annoy people. That was my big thing. I don't want to annoy people. I don't want to, people to be annoyed by me. And I have a coach, and she's like, she's like, you need to get out of that mindset, because she's like, you don't have like a salesy vibe to you. She's like, you are like one of the most genuine people ever. So she's like, people don't get that from you. Get that out of your mind. And it took a long time for me to stop thinking that way, but I did eventually. But that was one of the biggest things for me, was like trying to sell myself without feeling gross after,
Yeah. Somebody, a comment was, and also with eliminating limiting beliefs.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm not perfect still. Like, I still get limiting beliefs once in a while, but that is definitely something that I do help my clients with, because a lot of the times you just ask them, like, why do you think that? They'll say something, and then you're like, why do you think that? And then they're like, I don't know. It's like, nobody told you, nobody gave you that feedback. It's just things that, kind of our internal fears and stuff like that, or our insecurities that kind of pop up, and then we assume things about what people are thinking or saying about us and stuff like that. And usually it's not true at all.
Yeah, it's a lot of internalized trauma. Some of us don't identify with it. And I always say us, because I always talk about, when I talk about like even my clients, I always include me in this collectiveness of, we're all dealing with these same issues in some form or fashion.
Right.
But there's a lot of inherited trauma that people are unaware of. There are moments in your life that maybe have affected you or impacted you greater than you could imagine. There are little subtleties in life, the little drops or little things you've heard that maybe like added up allow you to feel insecure about yourself. Because I saw a meme the other day my girlfriend had shared on Facebook, and it was so powerful, and it said, don't ever let it, something to the tune, I don't want to chop it up, but something to the point where it's not that something that these little things in life that people have told you you're not worth a certain amount, you're not worth that. And it could be not specifically geared to your business. It could be just in other areas of your life, other personal areas of your life that allow you to feel limited in your self-worth, and that is, when I read that, it was just so like, yeah, that's exactly true. It's not so much that we sometimes don't value, like, how do we come to not value ourselves, right? Because we're powerful beings, we're spiritual beings. How do we get to the point where we feel devalued? And it is this life process of little things that you've heard and have internalized in one way or another that have led you to feel like, am I worthy? Yes, you're worthy. We're beautiful, powerful beings. What is that shift that needs to happen that allows you to feel that worth? And we have to do something about the generation after us, right? We have to constantly instill that love in our children, and especially single moms, because it's hard as a single mom, and it's easy to lose focus on really what's, just trying to survive, and success, and trying to maintain success. So I don't know, like I can talk about this all day.
No, yeah, I agree. And it's true. Like you just said, survive. Like I was in a Clubhouse group yesterday actually, and they were talking about like when you had come from a certain background too, like you're just trying to survive, but our life wasn't meant to just survive. We're meant to thrive. And I was like, wow, when he said that, I was like, that's amazing. Because a lot of people think that like we're just kind of like doing the daily grind and just trying to, finish our, get to 5 o'clock every day because that's when our job is done, or whatever the case, and there's more than that. God didn't create us to be mediocre. We're meant for greatness, and I think if you just keep telling yourself that, and it takes practice, this is a lot of people think that, like this stuff happens overnight. It doesn't. It's practice and constantly working on yourself and constantly putting good thoughts in your head, especially, when we can self-sabotage ourselves and tell ourselves like, you're not good enough, you're not this, you're not that. It's fine to feel that way, I guess, but also being conscious and self-aware. So when those thoughts are in your head, okay, you felt it, you heard it, now kick it out and tell yourself the opposite of what you just heard. If you just heard you're not good enough, tell yourself you are good enough, you're worthy of all good things, and just practicing that. And I think after a while of practicing it, you start to really feel more confident and feel better about yourself. And you're like, oh, why was I all in my head before?
Yeah. Yeah. Catching those negative thoughts in your head. It's funny. Yeah. Like every negative thought, like just think a positive one, or, I read somewhere, think up to 3 positive ones, just any 3 things just to shift your mindset. But one is just as powerful. Like just change, just be able to catch yourself when something negative, and that could be anything negative around you that moment, just reverse that thought.
Yeah.
Jennifer, it's been fun having you
Yeah,
on.
thank you for
We can,
having me. It was great. Yeah, I love this.
yay. We're going to have more conversations on Clubhouse, guys. So if you are not on Clubhouse yet, you will be
You need to
soon.
go. You
You
need
will
to
be
be
soon.
on there.
Yes. I have an invite left, so I'll give it away to a lucky comment maybe below in the things. But Clubhouse is a powerful audio platform that allows you to connect via audio form. So you don't have to do face to face, but it's a stage platform. You can do lots of things, share who you are, find hobbies and things that resonate with you, find people to connect with that are doing good things across the country that you would have not met otherwise. So we will be doing events on there. I actually have a 5:30 p.m. event today for Junto Masterminds. It is Spanglish,
Ooh,
a Spanglish event, 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. I'll share the link in this group as well. So you
awesome.
guys that are on
I
Clubhouse
actually
can
have an
join.
event tonight. Can I shout it out?
Yes, yes,
It's
yes.
actually a support group for single moms tonight, 8 o'clock
Great.
p.m. Central Time. I decided to just do it. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it and see what happens.
Love it.
Ready.
Love it. Love it. All right, awesome. Guys, tune in next week. If you want to be featured on Women Wednesday, hit me up, send me a message. If you want to join us as a member, you will see the link below to join us. And we do lots of things. So I look forward to seeing you guys next week. And I love you. And have a kick
Bye,
butt
guys.
2021 and the rest of this week. I'll see you next week. All right, take care, guys.